Welcome, I'll be reacting to Outlander Season 5, Episode 4. This is not a market substitute, please support the original. That's Bonnet, isn't it? Why is it abandoned? Very suspicious. Be on your guard.
Hello, the house? I'm Captain Roger Mackenzie, in command of a militia serving under Colonel James Fraser of Fraser's Ridge.
We saw you up the road, Morton, you bastard. You paid for what you did.
Americans.
Americans.
Please, Isaiah, say you'll do right by me.
Oh my goodness.
Don't hurt him.
We're getting Romeo and
I'd
Juliet.
rather die than be without him. Have a shred of dignity.
Oh, what can we do? What can we do?
Oh great.
Oh, Lord, give me courage.
So glad I'm not Roger right now.
Stand down.
Roger has a plan. He may not be good with a gun, but he's a good diplomat.
For me? Mm-hmm. You smell like orange blossom. Thank you, mistress.
Aww.
Well, we all know you're sweet enough.
Ah, stop your nonsense.
Mrs.
Oh
Ward,
no.
where did Jimmy get this?
He was Irish, you see, so, of course, once you get talking about this and that, it can take all day.
What
but
did he look like?
A gentleman he was. I hope you don't think I would ever let the being come in harm's way.
No, I know. With so many away from the ridge, I think maybe we should move into the big house with everyone. Aye, mistress.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Of course, then he might come to the big house. Hurt everyone. Good stuff.
What are you, whiskey merchants?
No. No, as I was saying earlier, we are militiamen.
Refusing to be wed because Morton got to her first. Ford won't marry a harlot, but when you go on your way tomorrow, Morton won't be joining you.
What's her name?
She is.
Gotta name her.
To see you wear bairns, that's me.
I had to do something. I know. I agree. But they didn't. I'm sorry I tried. Oh, Christ.
It's okay, there were bound to be a few deserters.
Saw you him not far away, bonny laddie.
See? I said he should just sing.
Bonnet blue, bonny laddie, laddie.
All of us. We are free.
Aye, lad.
Yeah.
I wouldn't let you lose it in death on the battlefield. Go home,
Good.
hunt,
Go, Jamie.
provide for the rich.
They've earned a nice, comfortable life for a little while.
Do you know where the expression Dutch courage comes from? Sure you're about to tell me? What's it got to do with Rome? Front. Where are Morrison and Scott? Pissed drunk already?
No. They left. And with them, 3 more.
And what were you going to do once the whiskey ran out?
I was hoping you would arrive before that happened, and you did.
Roger.
Your men left because you betrayed their trust. Those who remain won't have much faith left. You must honor their loyalty above all else.
And what good is loyalty if the men are hurt or worse? I was responsible for that too.
This is an interesting question. Jamie is very charismatic. He's a people person. So to him, the loyalty and trust of his men is the most important part. Roger comes at things with an intellectual standpoint of the odds and how many people would have been hurt if they had continued that fight rather than surrendering and offering the whiskey. He's more practical. And it's interesting to see their two personalities here because I don't think either of them is right or wrong. It's just two perspectives on it.
I already have a wife.
Seriously? Oh, wow.
I can understand the Browns wanting to see you drawn and quartered.
My heart had a mind of its own. It was as if I had no say in the matter.
Oh, please.
I'll never see Ali again.
Go.
He's so lovesick, he'll be back.
so sorry.
Oh, don't worry. Funny you should spill cider on it, in fact.
A woman is most fertile between
Alicia,
the 11th.
it isn't proper to speak of such things in company.
He printed the reverse side.
My husband is a fair man.
A fair man who fired at my Isaiah.
Aye, he did. And very fairly at that.
Who's Dr. Rawlings?
Me.
You. Beecham, Randall, Fraser, now Rawlings.
Who would have submitted it to the printer without me knowing?
Fergus, by showing them the wrong side of the sheet.
I want Morton as much as you do. I am going to talk to Colonel Fraser. Come to an understanding. You could not have found any better men in all the Carolinas. We'll ride to Hillsborough with you. But they'll all be answering to me.
As long as we're in agreement, you'll answer to me.
I don't know, a sub-militia within the militia. Shaky ground there.
What sort of man would I be if I allowed a lady to sleep out with the militia?
I can't believe it took me this long. He was the captain of Marines and Master and Commander. See, I was thinking it was Horatio Hornblower. I knew I'd seen him on a ship. Bring your rifle.
Jimmy? 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 I stepped outside for a minute. I shouldn't have.
You can't have gone far, mistress. We'll find you.
Jim, intent on finding his precious trinket.
You need to tell them what's going on. Everybody should be on the alert.
Abner Brown.
Here's 40 shillings on the drum for those who volunteer to come to list and fight the foe today.
If you're looking for a home for her, we would care for her as if she's ours. It's very kind. Lucinda's own was born too little. She passed. I'm so sorry.
Maybe the baby should stay here.
He's already married.
She didn't know.
What do you mean? No one else will ever want me. Alicia, are you with child?
Looks like it.
I think so. I wish I was dead. No.
Oh no.
That's the last thing you should.
Good thing Claire's here.
It's nothing. I mean, I hope it's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I killed my father.
What?
He'd beat us. I wished him dead. And then one day, he was arrested as a Jacobite. I killed him. You didn't kill him. You see, thinking doesn't make something come true.
I realize Marsley was trying to cheer her up, which is a good thing, but I think she should be extremely worried, should tell everyone what is going on, and they should have a plan and potentially a watch every 4 hours. Maybe I'm just paranoid.
There's nothing I can do about it tonight. But make sure to drink plenty, water or ale, and pitch your tent at a fair distance.
I don't want to leave you so soon.
We didn't spend a day in hell to secure the safety of those lads, to see them suffer now.
He just entrusted you with the one thing he loves most.
That is true.
Go on, McDo.
Come on, Jamie. Come on. He's like, if we're doing this, we're doing it properly. Too bad Marta's not here.
I also regret that we were never parents together. But regret isn't reason enough.
Very wise, Claire.
And there's our obituary.
About time they brought it up. Oh, she's trying to take her life.
It's all right, darling.
How?
I can't live without Isaiah.
Now you best leave.
I'm sorry, sir. I didn't wish to do you harm. Please, help me see her.
No. Jamie, you were such a softie.
Are you both telling me that if someone told you to leave, told you that you'd never see Mistress Mackenzie or Mistress Fraser again, you'd stand for it? That you'd obey without a fight?
Oh no. All right, good plan. Looks like we got another meandering trek kind of an episode. And although they didn't explicitly say Bonnie was going to stay, I'm pretty sure that Claire has successfully argued the little baby should be with the mother who lost her own child. Because what closer bond could there be? It was just Providence. And I think she'll be well cared for there. I thought they would bring Bonnie back to the Ridge, but I guess not. We are going to see Claire going home though. I was not expecting that. Roger is definitely in trouble. I agreed with what he did. I thought it was logical and it would have saved the most lives. However, in that situation, I probably would have done what Jamie suggested and just overwhelmed them. But I come at it from a Stargate never leave a man behind perspective, and Roger is coming at it from a historian looking at all this data and choosing the smartest thing to do long term. And we've already seen that he tends to overthink things. This is why scholars should not be captains. I know that Jamie was trying to protect him, but he was right. There needed to be a lot more training before leaving the Ridge, or at least along the way of Officer 101. I feel like Jamie just said, oh, you're a captain now, and then kind of ignored him, which wasn't the best plan either. So I think there's blame on both sides. And we saw here, Roger just wants to sing and talk about history. I've met historical interpreters who really just like talking about it. Like, do not ask them anything about rifles because they will talk for 10 hours straight without taking a breath. I'm not kidding. I've listened to it. I have saved other tourists from it, in fact. You can kind of see them backing away, like trying to get out of the room. And whenever I see that, I'm all, hey, have you seen the rest of the house? There are also historical interpreters who are into just living the practical life. And they're usually rummaging around in the kitchen or over the fire pit. I haven't met anyone in between yet. It's like there are those of us who enjoy living that way, and then there are the people who enjoy talking about it. And Roger falls into the latter category. Brianna falls into the former, and I think that's part of the clash that's happening. And also with Jamie and Roger. Because I have seen this exact problem at reenactments and at museums. There's also what's going on at the Ridge, and I still think Bonnet is on his way. We saw the coin and the Irishman in town. I'm really worried about the fact that Brianna has not said anything, and I don't understand why she hasn't. I mean, I'd be setting up an alarm system with strings and bells attached and this whole thing.
Merry Christmas, little fella.
I would have told everyone so that they could keep an eye out. And I feel like this is going to backfire because Brianna is keeping it to herself and not telling anyone. And that's going to be a problem. I'm sure we'll see the young couple that escaped later, but honestly, I did not ship them. And if we never saw them again, I'd be fine with it. So this was an interesting episode, but definitely not amongst my favorites.